that command will show a graph like this. And each bar has two bars here. And upper bar is current plan. Lower bar is baseline. Everybody see this screen. And if you cannot follow, ask me to stop and ask for help. You need to follow. I see some of you. Everybody see the baseline now? Every bar has a two part. The gray bar means baseline. The blue bar is the current trend. They are the same now. The current trend is baseline. It's not the same baseline. So they are showing the same duration. Later, if you change your plan, then they will show different length. The baseline and current plan will be different. Okay. So in this page, we are going to see actual saved values and current values, and we are going to compare. So you go to task sheet, and you are going to change the table to variance. Okay. Go to task sheet, please. To follow task. You go to task and view group. Where is view group? This is view group. And select task sheet. Select task. Click task. No, you can. This is a view group. Can click. Yep, that's. And task sheet. Okay, thank you. Click task sheet. Task sheet. Click here. Click. Task sheet. Okay. Okay, task sheet. Right there. Click here. It says in the view group. This is. Can you click again? No. Click. It says this is a view group, clipboard group, and so on. View group and Gantt chart and task sheet. Yeah. Click the triangle. Yes. Click. What? No. Click this dot. Click again. Click. What happened? No. Click task. Are you click task? Okay. Click and click again. Here. Okay. Then your task sheet. Okay. I noticed that there's the pen. I have no pen. Anyway, I noticed some of you cannot follow this instruction here. Task, view group, Gantt chart, down arrow, task. What this means? If you cannot follow this line, you cannot follow me, really. Okay? What this means is you click task. You go to the view group here. It says here's a view group. This is a group name, font, schedule, task, insert. So in the view group, it says click the down arrow. This small triangle is down arrow. Okay. Then you click down arrow. Then you select task sheet. Now you are seeing task sheet view here. Okay. So that's number 4. Okay, that's number 4. Okay, now number 5, we are going to change the table to variance. To do that, you go to View, Data Group, Table, Variance. So same thing. You click View, Data Group. Here's a data group. So table, down arrow. And what? Huh? Where am I? Variance. You select variance. Okay. The other way is you right-click this cell. It will also the options of table. Anyway, in this case, you select variance. So everybody change to variance table. Okay? Everybody seeing variance table? Okay, good. Okay, good.
Table đây mà.
If you look at this table, now it says start date and baseline start date are the same values, right? They are the same. And finish values and baseline finish values are the same. The reason they are same is that you just save that baseline. There is a current plan. You save a baseline based on this current plan. So they are the same right now. But you will change the current plan later. Then they will be different, okay, in the future. Okay, let's do the number 6. You will change to Gantt chart. Okay. Go to View, Task Views Group, and Gantt chart. So go to View tab, Task Views Group, and click Gantt chart. Okay, you go back to Gantt chart. Okay. Tracking progress. Now we are going to track. There are 4 different levels of tracking detail. The most simple one is tracking a project as scheduled, meaning you are saying that everything is fine, everything is going as planned. So you update your plan and says it is going as scheduled. That is the first level of tracking progress, and it is the simplest way of marking the plan, saying that nothing is different. It is going as planned. And second level is you are going to enter actual completion percentage, like 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% per each task. So you are going to, if there is a 10 tasks, you are going to mark the progress. Well, task A is 15%, task B is 50%, things like that. So that's the second level of marking the actual values. Okay. And third level is entering actual values for tasks. In the second level, you enter percentage. But this level, you are entering actual start date. You actually enter the date, and you enter the actual work value and actual duration, and so on. So in this level, you are entering numbers of time, date. In level B, you are entering percentage only. So it is more difficult to track, but it will be more accurate. Okay, so that's the third level of it. And the most complex the most complex way of tracking the progress is you enter time value per each assignment. So it means if resource, if I would say,
ตัวนี้เป็นเราเรื่องระดับของการติดตามเนาะมันมี4ระดับตั้งแต่ขั้นง่ายสุดไปขั้นยากสุดเนาะตัวที่1เป็นเขามีแต่ติ๊กเอาว่าตัวนี้แล้วท่านตัวใดแล้วติ๊กเนาะมันเลเวลที่1เพื่อว่าเขาที่ว่าเรียกได้แล้วนั่นมันเลเวลง่ายเนาะวันนี้ขั้นยากขึ้นมานิดนึงเป็นหมายเป็นเปอร์เซ็นต์เรียกนี่เรียกแค่เปอร์เซ็นต์บริบาลว่ามือใดเริ่มมือใดเอาตามเนี่ยแต่ว่าเรียกไปได้เปอร์เซ็นต์นะมันระดับที่2ตัวที่3มันไปใส่รายละเอียดขึ้นดีว่าเริ่มแค่เรียกนั่นเริ่มมือใดเรียกมือใดมีอย่างที่ไหนเนาะใส่รายละเอียดครับอันนั้นจะเป็นเลเวลที่3ในการแข่งกันว่าเขาต้องการละเอียดกับระดับนี้เลยเนาะอันที่4เป็นละเอียดสุดเลยตัวนี้มันไปเพราะว่าคนนั่นเห็นอีกอย่างนี้เลยเนาะ
Okay. The most difficult and complex way of tracking progress is track assignment level, meaning so you assign resources to each task, and you will record each work time per resource. So, for example, for this week, for task 11, resource A worked 10 hours, resource B 5 hours, resource C 7 hours, things like that. So you collect those data and enter into this plan. So that is the most difficult level of tracking project, but it will be obviously the most accurate way of tracking project. It doesn't work. Okay, so we will start with the simplest way of tracking the project. It is you update the plan and says that everything is fine, everything is different from the plan, everything is going as planned. So that's the level A. That is level A. So to do that, you are going to use this update function. Okay, so let's go to Project tab and Status Group. Click Update Plan, and this one will show up. Okay, and in this dialog box, you enter a date. This is the date you want the plan to be updated up that date. So you are saying, well, everything is fine up to today, then you will enter today's date. Or if you want to update until last Friday, then you enter last Friday's date. So that's the date you want to fix. So in this case, we enter 14th of January and select this option and click OK. Do not wait for me to do it, you do it first, okay?
โปรเจกต์บนไปทางโปรโฟล์นี่มันจะมี
You click project. Where is the status group? Status group is here. You click update project. Click. Okay. Okay, so go to project, click update project. I change the date to '14th. And click OK. Oops. 14. When you do that, after that, something happened here. Something happened here. Okay, task number 2, 3, 4 has a now check mark, meaning they are completed. You finish those tasks. Why? Why they are finished? Why? You just updated your plan saying that everything is going up to this date. Okay? You just updated your plan saying that everything is going as planned on 14th. Now look at the plan here. Task 2 is planned to finish on 5th of January. Okay? And task 3 is planned to finish 12. And this one is also 12. So they are finished, right? You just say up to 14, everything is going as planned. So they are finished. You just updated your plan. Okay? Question, is it understandable? No? Okay. And also it shows some, in this case, task 5, it is going to be, it start on 6th and finish on 19th. So it means it is in progress, not finished yet, but it does some work already done. So if you look at this bar, this is a progress bar. You have a little bit darker blue bar here. This is a progress bar. So it is in progress. It does not finish yet, but it is in progress. What we just did is we updated entire project tasks to certain date. But if you want to update a certain task only, not the entire plan, you can use mark on track command. It will update only the selected task, not the entire plan, through the status state. Okay. Through the status state. You can update status state to on project and status state. You remember that at the first day, I explained about status state. Remember? This status state. I also explained about current date and status date. What is current date? Current date is computer time. Okay, computer time. It's nothing to do with the project. And status date is that the project date. So status date is the important date. So to update project status state, you use this one. In the project status state, if you click this one, you can update project status state. Okay, so this is what it is saying. You can change status state on project status group status state. And if you update only the selected task, you use mark on track command. Where is mark on track? It is in task schedule group. So it is click task, schedule group, and mark on track. So I'm not going to do it, but if you select, for example, if you select task number 5, and click mark on track, it will update this task to the status state. Okay, that's the difference. Okay. Only that task, yes. And only that task is updated, saying that that task is going as planned. That's right.
ตัวนี้นี่เนาะแม่นกรณีว่าเราบ่อยากไปแปลงเวิร์ดทุกอันอยู่ในโปรเจกต์เราไปเขาอยากแทร็กเฉพาะเรียกตัวนี้ตัวเดียวเขาก็จะใส่ตัวมาร์คแทร็กเฉพาะตัวที่เขาเลือกนะเวลานั้นเขาเซตสเตตัสเดทหรือว่าเนี่ยมันก็จะเอฟเฟกต์เฉพาะทางที่เราเรียกอยู่ตัวนึงจะโบเบียน
Okay. So, as I said, this function is under task. So you will need to use them. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay. This is the second level of marking actual values. In this level of checking the actual progress is using percentage. So you put progress percentage per activity. So as I said before, task A is 15%, task B is 50%, and so on. So you will enter those data per activity. And when you enter those percentage, this software will set the actual start date to the planned date, meaning there is no change in start date. The planned date will be actual start date. There's two actual dates. One is planned actual date, and the other one is actual start date. So it can be different, right? I planned to start this work on Monday, but somehow I start to work this work on Tuesday. So they can be different. And you can you can enter those data into your plan. But if you use those percentage, those dates will be the same. So it will use actual start date to match its scheduled start date. And also, this software will automatically calculate actual duration, remaining duration, actual cost, things like that, based on the percentage you enter. Okay. So let's do some entering here. You select task 5, 6, 8, and you click 50%. You select task 9, you select 50%. Okay.
ลองที่
เปิดติดป้ายเรา
หมายความว่าเขาอยู่ในเรื่องเรียกที่5 6 8ทั้งหมดเรียกเพิ่มไปแล้วไปเรียกค้าเรียกที่แอนนาบอล100% complete 100%นะครับจะเห็นอยู่คือวงเลยนะครับมันจะมีสูง25 50 75
Yeah, on here.
ตัวนี้เป็นมาเวลาต้องใช้เปอร์เซ็นต์
What happened? You already.
มันจะเปลี่ยนมันเปลี่ยน
Okay.
อันนั้นไปตามเปอร์เซ็นต์ที่เราเลือก
Where to click the 100%? This one?
You just follow. What does it say?
So we can adjust this one.
Yeah, you can change that there to, there are several ways to do that. Yes. Okay. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? So I select 5, 6, 8, and click 100% here. And what? Task 9, I click 50%. As before, if you click 100%, it means it is completed. So it will have a check mark here. The check mark means they are finished. Okay. Let's move on. If you move the mouse over the Gantt bar, the mouse pointer will change to percentage pointer. It will show percentage. Okay. Actually, then you can drag left and right. For example, here. Well, try some progress, not yet. If I bring mouse here, it shows to percentage, and actually I can change the percentage by dragging this bar like this. So there are several ways to change the progress percentage. You can select these buttons here, or you can drag this bar left and right. or you can enter the value in task information dialog box. There are several ways to do it. Also, you can also, the percentage value in the update task, which is on task, mark on track, and update task, okay, which is task, mark on task, update task. Here also, you can enter values. Here, any values you can enter there. Not just 25, 50. You can enter 51%, 52%, things like that here. Okay. I will skip this page. You can read it. It has some additional information. Now we are going to do third level of detail. Is entering actual values for each task. The first level is saying everything is going as planned. Second level is you are entering percentage, progress percentage per task. And third level is you are actually entering date and hours. So they are different. Second level is percentage. Third level is you are actually actual date and number of hours. So it is more difficult to collect the data and entering. But obviously, it is more accurate. So to do that, let's change the table to work table. And we'll see something like this. Okay, let's change the table to work table. Okay, so work table has different columns here. So you can see work, baseline, variance, actual, remaining, things like that. So this is a work table. And we are going to enter some data. In this case, now task 9 needs 24 hours of work to complete. So we are going to enter 24 here. So go to the, no, not this one. Actually, this one. So go to the task 9. This is task 9. And enter 24 in this field and see what happens.
เขาจะเห็นท่านถ่ายว่าเห็นเรื่องนะอันนั้นแต่ที่ปวดเนี่ยมันจะขยายไปเห็น actual column เนาะเห็นฐาน column ที่เป็น actual หมายความว่าเป็นเวลาที่เห็นเรียกนั่นตัวจริงจากชั่วโมงนะครับเท่ากับที่แปดเลขตัวนี้
So to change the table, you can right-click this cell and work. Or, as I mentioned here, you can go to View, Table, and Work. Or you can right-click this cell, and you can select any table here. So that is the more convenient. And what? I enter for task 9 in the actual column, I enter 24 hours. What happened? What happened? If you look at this bar, if you look at this bar, it is saying now the plan is 16 hours now currently. And now you are entering, actually it takes 24 hours to click and to finish. So it means you worked 8 hours more than planned, right? Originally thought it will take only 16 hours. Then, but actually, when you finished, you realized that it took 24 hours to finish. Right? So after you enter 24 hours, the bar will stretch, saying that actually it is a 24-hour job. So when you enter 24, the bar stretch, right? And it shows the progress bar stretch up to the end of the bar, saying that task is finished, right? But it took 24 hours. Okay. Now we are going to enter some more. Task 10 started 1 day ahead of schedule and took 7 days to complete. Originally, it planned only 6 days, but it took 7 days to complete. So go to task number 10, and in this time, we are going to use update task, where update task command is under task, schedule group, mark on track, down arrow, and update task. And if you go to update task, it will show this dialog box. In here, you enter actual date, and you enter actual duration, and click OK.
ลองหยิบไปพอเนาะจากเปิดแล้วอันนี้แมนเฮาที่เป็นครับซิปลงแบบนี้นะครับแมนเอาเห็ดแค่ก่อนแอบด้วยนึงได้เห็ดมือ
Task not on track. Not on textbook.
Skip. Yes.
When I click OK,
Date you entered is in support.
this one I just update.
Okay. What you did? You, so what is that? Your 20? No, there's 1. Okay. Okay.
This solo version.
You do not change the. Okay, just click.
Okay.
Mhm.
This date of finish isn't.
You should not change. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so task. Mark contract. Update. So you enter 20-31-2015 and you enter actual 7 days. Okay? And you click OK. So after that, you can see this gray line is baseline. It was original plan. Original plan was to start on this date and finish on that date. Now you enter a day, actual date for start, which is 1 day earlier than planned start date. So this bar showing that actual start is on this date, okay? And it completed as planned date. So that's what happened. Okay, just saw it. Okay, we'll do one more data entering for this level. We will task 11 started on time, but took longer than planned to complete. So go to task 11, select task 11, and use that update task once again. And in the actual duration, type 7 day and click OK. Previously, you enter actual start date and date, but this time you are just entering the day 7 day only. So in this dialog box, we are going to enter just 7 days for here. We are not going to enter any date for the actual. In that case, the actual start date will be the planned date. So if you do not enter actual start date will be the same as planned start date. So I enter 7 day and click OK. Okay. So task number 7 say that the actual start date is same as planned date, but you took one more day than planned. Any question? No? Fine, fine. Practical method of recording progress. In the project, you need to record the progress. So what kind of data do you need to record project? Sometimes you just go to your team member, how are you doing? How is your progress? What percentage are you doing? Things like that. Or you can specifically ask some date, some work hours, and so on. So to track the progress of the project, specifically, this is the usual data you gather from your team members. So usually you get task start date and remaining hours per activity and percentage complete. And if it is completed, actual finish date. So based on this information, you can enter those data into your plan. Then you can see the progress of each task. So you need to ask, you should provide this data for you, to you, so that you can progress the project. So how you collect? Actually, these are some ways of collecting data. You can just go in there and look at it. If it is a construction project, you can see how they are. Our concrete is done. This wall is going up 50%. You can see it. If that, you can physically inspection of work. Or you can talk to the person. What is the actual completion percentage and so on. Or you can give them a form. You need to fill it out every day or weekly. You need to fill it out 50% of task group C and so on. You give them a form and they will write it down for the progress, and you collect them. Then you enter those data into your plan. So you can see what percentage of progress it is actually progressing. Or you can use some system. What we usually call is timesheet system. And it means the team members will enter work hours per task. So that those hours will automatically collected by the system. So you don't need to do any collection work. So that is what we call timesheet system. Some of the companies are using this system, so the progress will be automatically collected. I will skip this page again. If you can look at it and some additional information here. Okay, this page is about evaluating completion percentage. When somebody says task A is 50% complete, what does that mean? What is 50% complete? Yeah, but what is halfway? So it depends on. It really depends in the situation. It really depends on the project. So when you start the project, you need to write down what is 50%, what is 0%, what is 100%. When I say task A is 100%, what does that mean? Is it design complete? When I design it is complete, is it 100%? No, obviously not. When I test complete, is that a 100%? Maybe yes, maybe not. So you need to talk to your members. What is 100% complete? Otherwise, everybody has a different idea about 100%. So you need to sit down with your team members and have an agreement. 100% means you complete this. Then we say task A is 100%. Otherwise, everybody has all the different ideas of 100%. That is what we call task completion criteria. So it is very important to write down about this completion criteria. Otherwise, some of your members will think that task is complete, but actually is not completed. So, for example, this is an example checklist of IT project. So, for example, this project is developing a program, okay? And this is a checklist for done. Done means 100%, okay? So if you can say this program is 100% complete, then they should have a design reviewed. The code should be complete, and it should be standard format, and it should be commented, it should be inspected, it should be tested, unit tested, integrated test, and so on. All of those things are done, then that program is 100%. If any of them is not, it is not 100%. Okay? So you sit down with your team members when the project is begin. What is 50%? What is 100%? You have to define so that everybody in agreement. Okay? Okay, let's do some quiz. Okay. Only 2 quiz. was complete. So in this question, the finished variance is 5 days. What does this mean? It means behind schedule. So when you look at this table here, this is a variance table. Oh, this is variance table. If it says if it says 2 days here, it means the project is is delayed for 2 days, right? So original plan was March 1st. Now plan is saying, the current plan is saying is March 3rd. So 2-day gap between baseline and current plan. That is the variance. And this question, well, this is something that I didn't teach, but I'll give you an answer anyway. So in this case, well, in this task, database design task, the remaining day is 3 days now on the plan. And you talk to the person who is working on this design, and he says, well, work is already finished. The plan says it has 3 days remaining, but the person who is working on that is saying it is already finished. Then how do you update the progress? This is the question. How are you going to update your plan? In that case, you enter remaining duration as 0, so that the planned end date will move up to 3 days earlier than planned date. So if you enter remaining duration to 0, then the planned date will move up 3 days earlier date. So that's how you do it. I didn't explain this one, but in that case, you do it that way. Okay.
Why not the number 4?
Okay. That's a good question. Number 4, if you do that, the actual finish date will be the same as planned finish date. If you do number 4, what you want to do is this planned finish date move up 3 days, so that actual finish date shows 3 days earlier than planned finish date. That's number 2. If you do number 4, actual finish date be the same as planned finish date. That is not what you want. Actual finish date should be earlier, 3 days earlier than planned finish date. So that's number 2 is doing. Okay?
Do we need to change the percentage of completion?
Excuse me?
Do we have to change the percentage of work completed?
What should I?
Do we have to change the percentage of work completed?
No. Because when you enter 0 remaining duration, it means 100%. Because there is no remaining duration, it means it is complete. Can you?
But actually, it needs 3 more days. So
No. The person says that work is complete, right? The person working on the design, it is complete. He said it is complete. So it is complete. So you want to reflect that fact that the task is complete, right? So you enter 0 days for that task.
In question, the work is complete with
So when you enter 0, the software will enter 100% automatically. So all you need to do is just 0 on the remaining duration. Then the software will enter 100% for you. Okay?
What is different between
Number
number 4?
4? I just explained. Oh, shit. Okay. If you do number 4, there is a planned finish date and actual finish date. If you do number 4, actual finish date will be the same as planned finish date. That's not what you want. You want planned finish date, move up 3 days, then planned. Okay, that's number 2. Okay.
หมายความเรียกเสร็จแล้วแต่เวลาเหลืออยู่3 มื้อ
ขนาด
มาแล้วก็
ข้อนี้นะแม่นว่าตามแผนนะมันยังเหลือ3 มื้อตามแผนยังเหลือ3 มื้อแต่ว่าตัวจริงเนี่ยเร็วก่อนแล้วหมายความว่าเร็วก่อนแผน3 มื้อเนาะข้อคำถามข้อนี้นะก็ตอนนี้เขาจะเปลี่ยนแปลงนี้ไหมเนี่ยเป็นประสบการณ์จริงเมื่อไหร่เพื่อให้มันว่าเร็วตามตัวจริงเนาะเพราะว่าแผนมันยัง3 มื้อเลยวันนี้นะถ้าเราเลือกคำตอบเป็นข้อ 2เนาะถ้าเราเลือกข้อ 4มันจะบันทึกขึ้นตามแผนเราจะบ่เห็นว่ามันเร็วก่อน3 มื้อถ้าเราเลือกข้อ 4เนาะวันนี้ถ้าเราอยากให้มันไปตามนี้ต้องเลือกข้อ 2
Okay, we'll have a break and come back in 15 minutes. And we will come back to the exercise. Okay?